How's that? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Boys. Yeah, I'm really prepared. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mully League's Blood Bowl number 5. We're going to have a really fun one tonight. Why? Because we've got Gobos up tonight once again. It's the Discomancers versus the Gunner Gitz. Ian versus Gobblestorm, Necromantic Horror versus Goblins. Let's take a look at the bracket really quick before we take a look at the two teams up tonight. Spire asks, did you pay out predictions yesterday? Boy, I hope so, because it's too late if I didn't. Look, 2026 is going to be an incredibly busy year for me. I apologize for forgetting things. Please forgive me. Clearly, the new intro isn't done yet. We'll see if that even gets done before the competition's over. But you know what I did do? I fixed MAML. MAML's back in action, baby. All right. Here in round 1, the Fishy Fiends defeated Conspicuous Disunion. The Fishy Fiends, Ajax's Chaos Renegades team. They're going to face off against the winner tonight between the Discomancers and the Gunner Gitz. The Tizork Savage Boys defeating the Gunnerballs in round 1. That's Tizzle Bizzle's Orc team advancing to round 2. Philosopher's Song defeating Entanglements. Philosopher's Song, Spire's Lizard team, they're in round 2 as well. Over in the third place bracket, this will be round number 3. The Technobabble Inc. is my human team. They're going to face off against the Pipstars. That's Dead Fred's Lizard team. Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clyphus. That's a Norse team. They'll face off against the Necro of Mammal Nightmare. That's Festoon's team. The Blitzburg Steelers, JD Whitey's, I believe it was a Wood Elf team. They will not be able to participate, so they will be forfeiting this round. And then the consolation winner from round 2 will be advancing to round number 4. And then, of course, at the top of the bracket, the two teams, the big ones, the Believe Broncos, coached by BB Nut. They're a Nurgle team. And the NC Snakes, coached by Moob. They're a Dark Elf team. As luck would have it, they may face off again in another finals. That'll be 4 for 4 this season. And this one to take it all, to be the championship, or to be the season champion. We'll see if it pans out for them. They've got to get through a team first in order to make that happen. The home team tonight will be the Discomancers, 12 on the roster. Well, 11 on the roster. 1 not starting. That'll be the number 6 rookie Werewolf Saturday Night Retriever. That's going to bring their TV to 1,395,000 gold. They'll have 2 Flesh Golems, 2 Ghoul Runners, just the single Werewolf, both Wraiths, and a handful of Zombos. 1 cheerleader. Hooray! 5 dedicated fans, 4 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Goblins of the Gunner Gitz. Gunner Gitz with a full 16 on the roster. Gunner Get Gooder not starting tonight due to injury. That brings their TV to 1,235,000 gold. That's 160,000 gold in petty cash. Go to the Gunner Gitz. We'll talk about what they might do with that in just a few minutes. They've got a Nooligan, a Fanatic, a Looney. They've got 2 trained trolls and a whole bunch of linemen. 1 apothecary, 3 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. How do the two teams play against each other tonight? The Discomancers, as we saw previously in round 1, these Necro teams, they live and die by the Ghoul Runners and the Werewolves. The Discomancers are going to be down a werewolf tonight. They can't afford a new werewolf, but they may have picked up a new werewolf to try to avoid the expensive mistakes roll. They clearly made it and lost a little bit of cash, but that's okay. I don't think they want to give more team value, more petty cash to the Goblins tonight. They got the 1 werewolf, the 2 Ghoul Runners. The problem with this roster against this Goblin team, they don't have a lot of heavy hitters. They have Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo with the Mighty Blow and Block. They've got, of course, Wolf, Wind, and Fire the second with Frenzy, and Bookie Feverish, oddly enough. Not oddly enough, but the Ghoul Runner, number 4 here, has Block and Tackle. They're going to be the heavy hitters tonight. Their whole job is to remove Goblins. They're weak. They're brittle. You got to get them off the pitch before the secret weapons can cause their damage. The secret weapons on this roster, of course, are the ones to watch out here for are the Fanatic and the Looney. The Looney with the chainsaw, the Fanatic with the giant ball and chain. They're going to be trying to remove players themselves. The 2 trained trolls with the strength of 5 will be punching with Mighty Blow and Block. And of course, the Ooligan will be trying to foul players as much as possible. They're going to get cheap bribes with 160k. I think they're going to pick up all 3 bribes tonight and try to keep the Fanatic and the Looney in this game as much as possible to just murder. That's their job as a Goblin team. You want to murder your opponent with your secret weapons, with your bribes, with your fowlers as much as possible before you start to inevitably lose your players. Lots of players at a strength of 6 and an AV of 8. The problem with AV of 8 is that Claw's not really doing anything, not doing a whole lot for the Necro team. They can use those claws, of course, against trained trolls, but they have to get the assists in order to make that a 1-die or even a 2-die block. And that's going to be tough to do, especially if you get a push and you have to follow up, and now you're about to lose your one and only werewolf. It's going to be really, really tricky. You know what? Let me do predictions real quick. I'll do like a 5-minute prediction, and then we'll get this game underway. Boy, I'm so forgetful. I'm sorry. Let me do this. There we go. We'll leave the predictions open for 5 minutes. We'll see if I pay it out or not. All right, we're going to see if the coaches are ready to go. And if so, we'll get this final game in round 1 underway. Here we go. Look at the gold and purple for the Discomancers. They're the home team by random draw here in round number 1. They've got the best cheerleaders. There they are. There they are. The Discomancer. The Discomancers Necro cheerleaders. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Gorgeous pitch this evening. Look at all that. You're definitely going to catch about 7 diseases playing here tonight. The Gunner Gitz are going to be focusing down on those 2 ghoul runners and that werewolf this evening. If they can get them off the pitch, they're going to be in good spot. 200K for the Gunner Gitz. What do you think the 40K in pickup was? $200,000 gold and petty cash for the Gunner Gitz as they decide what they're going to spend this money on. They're going to pick up a star player. They're going to pick up Bomber, Dribble Snot, and all 3 bribes. So an extra 45K in the rain's got to give them a Bombardier as well and 3 bribes to try to keep these secret weapons on the pitch as long as possible. That Bombardier throws bombs like it's a football. They'll pass it. It can be intercepted. If it's caught, it can be rethrown. The Gunner Gitz are going to be on offense to start here in the rain. Our first rainy game of this competition. So the rain makes all your catchy stuff a -1. So catching the ball, -1. Picking the ball up off the ground, a -1. Trying to intercept the ball, a -1. The ref promises to call a fair game tonight. Does he? At least he's looking the correct direction. 3 on the line here for the Discomancers. A whopping 4 rerolls available to them in this game tonight. I don't think there's a favorite team on paper between these 2 teams. Again, the Discomancers low on skills as they had both werewolves killed earlier in the season. They had to pick up a couple of rookies. The Goblins, of course, weak and brittle. And even as far as the seasons goes, both teams ranked number 9. Look at those records, both with 11 wins, 6 draws. The Discomancers playing an extra game for a loss, a record of 11-6-9 versus 11-6-8 for the Gunner Gitz. Very, very similar performances by both of these teams this season. 3 on the line in the anchor formation for the defense. You can see that wolf and those two ghoul runners, those precious, precious players, all the way back behind the linebackers. Oh, I hear the chainsaw. I hear the chainsaw. This is the chainsaw player right here, the Fanatic. That chainsaw is a just straight armor break. You get a +3 to the armor break. You have to roll a d6 first. On a 1, that chainsaw kicks back and hits you. Whenever you get knocked down as the Looney, that chainsaw hurts you just as much as your opponent does. So if the Looney gets knocked down, it'll be a +3 applied to the armor roll for him as well. Move says drawing on the screen already. This is going to be a bloody match. Spent all this time talking about how busy I'm going to be this year, and I didn't do a whole lot today. I mean, I did a lot, but I didn't like produce a lot, and that annoys me. You know what I mean? Like, I did work that needed to happen, but it didn't produce output that I wanted it to produce, which annoys me. Seven on the line here for the offense. Gonna get a job. The number 6 lineman back to receive. Here's the kick. There is a kicker for the Discomancers, so they can park this ball in one of these corners. And it's gonna be a pretty shallow kick here. High kick's gonna get one of these gobos under the ball for the 5+ catch. That works out. Look at that. That's a edge of 3+ kick, or catching a kickoff is a +1 to make it a 4+, and in the rain is a +1 as we just described. 5+ to catch that ball, and it worked out. Look at this catch. Professionals here to win a championship. The Fanatic gets to move in 3 pseudo-random directions. Fanatic will choose an orthogonal direction to move. And in that directions, right, so you can choose one of these 4 spaces. Let's say he chooses to move down here. He'll randomly move into one of the 3 squares in that direction. And with that mighty strength of 7, will bowl over anyone, friend or foe, standing or prone. However, that big ball and chain is hefty. If you can knock down the Fanatic will automatically be removed from the pitch. 40 seconds to go here for the gunner Gitz. The troll is trying to figure out why he's wet. Look, I didn't even realize both trolls went really stupid here. My word. Big guys in the game of Blood Bowl typically have a negatrait for these trolls. That negatrait is really stupid. They have to roll a d6 before activating. So long as a friendly player is adjacent to them, they succeed that roll on a 2+. Otherwise, it's a 4+. And when they fail, they lose their action. They lose their tackle zones until they succeed that roll on a future turn. Gonna get on the bonus clock here. You get 7 minutes 30 seconds in bonus time in this game. So if you need a big turn, you don't have to worry. You can spend a little bit of time to sort it out, but that clock does not replenish for the duration of the game, not even in overtime. One die Powell against Gilroy. Breaks armor. Wow! I will take credit for that. Thank you very much. That is a murder. Telestrator of Doom. Got the POW on the zombie. Killed the zombie. Regen failed. And that is a one-man player advantage for the Goblin team. Turn 1 now for the Discomancers. Iron Cynic, welcome to the stream. Murder, death, kill, that's right. I never actually played MDK. Spire demands death. We've already delivered. Can we do more? Mighty Blow Blitz by Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. Got a POW out of this. 7+ breaks armor. Going after the Hooligan. This is the Fowler. Didn't get the armor break. Rolled a 6. Never give a Gobbo's job to a troll, I guess. 50 seconds on the clock for the Discomancers. I want lasagna. That's what I want. Yeah. Lasagna. Just the blitz keeps the formation in check, and that'll be the end of the turn. Turn 2 now for the Gunner Gitz. Gunner Gitz are going to get an opportunity to get their trolls back in the action here. Both will still be at a 2+ to succeed that really stupid roll. Let's start the turn with the 3-die Troll Blitz into a both standing result against Grave Robin Gibb over on the left side of the line. Two-die block breaks armor here. It's a KO. And that's a 2-man player advantage for the Gunner Gitz. Iron Zittic says, my wife made beef stew last night. Had it for lunch. We'll have it for lunch tomorrow. That sounds... Two-die over on the left side of the line against Grave Robin Gibb again. This time will be a push. Keeping that lineman marked, trying to get the knockdowns, not working out. Takes another block and again a push. Here comes the Fanatic. Trying to get at the Flesh Golem here. Moves over to the left side. And now is anchoring that left wide zone. Final 2-die block against Grey Robin Gibb is going to be a push. The block skill. Holding it down for this level 2 zombie. Gunner Gitz back on the bonus clock. Rolling dice before standing up. Hooligan was looking for... I don't know if he would have got the foul. Yeah, I think that Hooligan should have been stood up first, but we'll see what the goal is here. Hooligan now covers the right side, the back right side of this cage with the ball on the Goblin 4-yard line right now. Electric Man says, my wife made lasagna yesterday and I ate it all, so I had chips for lunch. I had honey grow for lunch, so I had like stir fry. Yeah, but I don't know where that target would come from after the Troll Blitz didn't produce anything. I gotta get stuff done tomorrow. I gotta get stuff done tomorrow. Blitz once again with the Mighty Blow Wraith. A push against Gotta Get Healthy. Yeah, that Wraith and Boogie Feverish here are the two that I think we're going to be putting in the most work to try to get removals. The Wraith with Mighty Blow and block. Boogie Feverish with block and tackle. Tackle negates the dodge skill. These goblins dodge for days. Or you could put it off till the next day. I could do that. Iron City said had cracked chicken tonight. Chicken with cream cheese, bacon, and cheese. Eaten with naan. Also delicious. Sounds good. Turn 3 for Gitz. Wait, what was shredded? The chicken or the naan? I hope it was the chicken. Tuna high block against Breaking 2 will be a push. Breaking 2 almost certainly not going to sidestep onto the ball carrier. Yeah, he'll stay back to safety. He's going to push or sidestep directly back. That sounds good, although I've heard bad things about crack. Fnatic trying to put in some work again. Repositions forward. Or maybe to the right. "35 seconds ago here in turn number 3 for the Gitz. They've got 2 rerolls remaining. The winner of this match will face off against the Chaos Renegades of the Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax, in round 2. Round 2, a little bit different than the rest of the rounds of the competition. This is a single elimination tournament, with the exception of round 2, because 3 slots need to be filled in the next higher bracket. The winners of round 2 will advance to the next round. The losers of round 2 will then face each other, and the winner of that game will advance to the next round as well. So if you make it to round 2, you're playing at least 2 more games. Ball shifts over to the left side. Still remains on the 4-yard line. Welcome to the stream, Stomp. Nice to see you. Gitz here on turn 3 on the bonus clock. Once again, they're down to 5 minutes, 35 seconds. I don't know what's going on, but for whatever reason, my computer, it takes like a solid 20 seconds to launch my media player, my video player. Here's the foul by the hooligan, trying to get this flesh golem off the pitch. Gets a stun, and will not get called off. Turn 3 for the Discomancers. Stop on a 3-stream streak. Thank you very much. I keep threatening to make an animation or something for that, but I clearly have not done so. That tackle Ghoul Renner gets into the action here on the left side. Here is the blitz by LaFreak. Gets the knockdown on the Looney. +3 to break armor. It's going to be a 5+. There's the armor break. Got the KO. Well done. Very well done by the Discomancers here. Now, 1-man player advantage. It looks like Cobblestorm might be considering the Oppo. No, yeah, don't. I would say don't waste the Oppo there. 1-man player advantage back to the Goblins now. think I did not catch the replay. 46 seconds left in turn number 3. Is that what I'm doing tomorrow? No. I'm doing work tomorrow. 1 die block against Making Friends. Gets the knockdown. Looking for a big 10 plus here. Hank the Ranger, welcome to the stream. Hank the Ranger says 38 out of 39 rushes succeeded at sorcery. 1 second to spare. The Discomancers will end the turn. Top of the final turn of the first quarter here. Goner Gitz have yet to cross the line of scrimmage. One thing we haven't talked about with this Goblin team, having 2 Trolls on this roster. The Trolls, of course, have throw teammate. The Goblins have the right stuff. The Trolls can throw these Goblins as if they were throwing the ball. And that's a way to score. You can score in 1 turn that way. It's also a way to get behind the enemy line. And if the teammate that you throw lands on their feet and haven't activated yet, they can still activate. Prone Goblin on the right side will fail a really stupid roll, will remain on the ground. Armor break by the Troll on the left side will be a stun. These Trolls can also projectile vomit, which is a safe action, meaning it's an armor break attempt, and if they fail it, it's not a turnover. Three die block against Andy Gibb here by Gonna Get Mindful. Doesn't get anything out of this. 2 knockdowns. No armor breaks. Two die blitz by Boogie Feverish. Double pal. Or I'm sorry, by Gonna Get That Bread. What on earth? Wow, with the taunt at the end. Huge kill here for the Goner Gitz. Hunted down one of the ghoul runners and murked him. He's dead. He doesn't have regen. He's just dead. Now, just the one werewolf, number 5, and Lefreak, the number 3 ghoul runner, are the only effective ball carriers on this Necro team for the duration of the game. Great job here by Cobblestorm. Going for the foul on the Flesh Golem, got nothing out of it. Doesn't get called off, but still eating into that bonus clock, down to 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Turn 4 now for the Discomancers. Smasher, welcome to the stream. Smasher says, oh god, that was a ghoul. BB 2025 can't come fast enough. So the secret weapons haven't been the secret sauce for these goblins. Just the regular old gobos, the linemen, have been causing all the casualties. 7+ is going to be what Break It 2's. Oh, he doesn't have tackle. He doesn't have tackle. This will be a dodge push. Discomancers are still applying some pressure here, but they're losing pitch control, so they're trying to fight for the ball right here. They do have the speed advantage. Trying to pull players in. All right. There's the attempt to enclose this offensive cage. Turn 5 now for the Gunner Gitz. Second quarter begins. So this defensive tactic can go horribly wrong if these rolls go in the Gunner Gitz favor. Ooh. That is not in the Gunner Gitz favor. Making friends is going to remain on the ground, failing that really stupid test. Again, spends the re-roll. Really wanted that not to lose that blitz, but couldn't get through the loner roll despite these trolls having a loner of 3+ instead of a 4+. Failed the loner roll, so that is the blitz spent. And the train troll, number 3, making friends, is going to remain on the ground. 3-die block by the Fnatic. It's a pal against Andy Gibb, but doesn't break armor. Repositions for the assist to make a 2-die block against Disco Stud the second. No armor break. Remember, that blitz has been spent. $22 seconds to go for the Gunner Gitz. They've dipped into their bonus clock every turn this half so far. They're going to move the Hooligan forward. Might be trying to move this ball to the 10-yard line. Yes, indeed, to the 12, in fact. So the ball will advance to the opposing 12-yard line. Gets behind the defense. This is what we're talking about with this enclosure. If it goes the wrong way, this defense will now be in a tough position. They now find themselves behind the ball. Gunner Gitz once again back on the bonus clock. Here's the foul with it looks to be 2 assists. Got nothing out of that foul. Turn 5 for the Discomancers. $30 seconds with no real action. Had some stand-ups. Now needs to find a way to get back at this ball. Goblins aren't particularly fast, but they're not slow. They're MA6. Werewolf, an MA8 on this Necro team. The Ghoul Runner, an MA7, but they're both over in the left wide zone right now. Wraith is going to try to get back into this and try to stop this near the goal line, it looks like. Oh, gotta get a job. It's MA7. MA7 in scoring position right now with no rushes. Disco Stud, the second. The second? The second stands up. Wolf tries to 50-50 dodge to blitz the ball carrier. Fails the dodge and is lucky he was not removed. First reroll spent for the Discomancers. That would have made that a 75% chance of success, but didn't work out. Turn 6 now for the Gunner Gitz. I don't think that was a bad play at all. Now we'll try to park this ball near the goal line and stall this out for as long as possible. I love how the cheerleaders are just dancing right by two corpses. They're just like, yeah! Let's go, team! Ah, they're necro. They're no stranger to death. They died once before. 2-9 Blitz gets Andy Gibb will be a push. Cool runner. Really can't get there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Cool runner can't get there. Boy, these trolls are kind of dumb. 21 seconds to go here for the goner Gitz. Here's the foul on the Wolf coming up. 2 assists on this foul. Gets called off the pitch, got nothing out of it. We'll spend a bribe and keep the hooligan in this game. Oh, they've lost the goblin, but this time to a failed dodge. The biggest threat to the goblin health so far has been the rain, has been the ground. Turn 6 for the Discomancers. It's been slippery feet. When did the ref decide to not look at the game? Gotta try to force this score in on turn 7 with the ghoul runner. Two-die block against, gonna get a shot back at the line of scrimmage. Will be a knockdown thanks to the block skill. The block skill allows you to remain standing on a both down result. That's whether you're the blocker or the blockee. If you have that skill, you remain standing. Flush Column Armor Break gets rid of gonna get away with it. I think that's the 3rd KO? That's the 2nd KO for these goblins. Two-die against the number 2 rookie, the hooligan, gonna get ethical. Wraith Blitz on alignment. Got the POW. 7+ breaks armor. Praying to Nuffle. There it is. Well done. Well done. That would smash anybody's knee. Applying the scoring pressure with both the Wraith and the Ghoul Runner. If they're allowed to take a block on the ball carrier, it's going to come from probably the Wraith, right? With block and Mighty Blow, I'd say. Turn 7 for Gunner Gitz. Can they keep this ball secure for a turn, or are they going to score? If I were a betting man, I'd say they're going to score. Yeah. Yeah, projectile vomit, that's that safe action. So taking some safe actions here before scoring. Ball and chain trying to get a 3-die block here. Still has a reroll. No armor break on the vomit. is a phrase I never thought I'd say in my life. And going to dance into the end zone. 1-0 the score. The Ghana Gitz take the lead in this ball game. Well done. A couple of turns left for the Discomancers to get on the board. Remember that Werewolf is an MA of 8. 8 plus 2 rushes is 10. That means just 3 spaces from the line of scrimmage to get into the end zone. They can absolutely do it in 2 turns. Oh, Gamer Mike, welcome to the stream. Oh, Gamer Mike says, you act like regen is a real skill. So the Fanatic and the Hooligan are going to get called off the pitch. And now the question is whether to keep them on the pitch. All right, gonna get mindful. The Fanatic is gonna get called off. The Looney is gonna remain on the pitch. And remember, there is still Bomber Dribblesnot. Bomber Dribblesnot is gonna take to the pitch for 2 turns. You know what? Yeah, why not? Why not? So he can field 11 here, right? He's at 11 right now. He's going to field Bomber Dribblestot. So these secret weapons, remember, they are cheating. They are big old cheaters. And they can stay on the pitch for a single drive before the ref catches on and ejects them from the game. So Bomber Dribblestot will be on the pitch for 2 turns. There is still a bribe available to the Gunner Gitz. He'll probably spend the final bribe keeping Bomber Dribblestot in this game for the second half. But we'll see what happens here in these 2 turns. Again, the Discomancers can absolutely score. They're at a 3-man disadvantage, but they do have the Werewolf with an MA of 8. These Goblins only have a strength of 2. So it'll take a couple of players to get a 2-die, more than a couple. It'll take 3 total players to get a 2-die block on a player like the Werewolf to get that strength 4. Werewolf hiding behind the flesh column over on the left side of the line. This suggests the play is going to move to the left, and that suggests that Cobblestone will try to kick this ball to the right. Iron Cynic says Bomber's a good passer for a quick score. If the defense gets the ball, sure. An officious ref. Who did he hate? He didn't like gonna get wealthy. The left defensive end. So he's going to be stunned and effectively out of the drive. Ball kicked all the way back to the 20-yard line, just outside the left wide zone. Turn 7 for the Discomancers. They've got to end this turn in scoring position. They cannot score with the Wraiths. They have no hands. 2-die blitz. Double skulls. Needs to re-roll this into a knockdown thanks to block. Wow. Got an armor break as well. That's a great removal here. We'll see if that removal sticks for the second half. Bomber Dribble's not in the secondary. He's there to chuck a bomb if this ball moves forward on this turn. Oh no! Unfortunate ball pickup. They didn't put anybody in position to score, and that means the Discomancers will not be able to get on the board this half. Turn 8 for the Gunner Gitz. Bobbled the ball in the rain before moving someone into scoring position. Blitz on the Werewolf, I have to imagine. Here it comes. 2-die blitz. Yeah, we'll spend the reroll. Why not? Got through the loner roll, got the pal, looking for an 8+. Doesn't get it. And now Bomber dribble stop to try to get a few more removals here. First, the interception attempt. Interception attempt doesn't work out. Got some knockdowns here. But it's not going to get anything substantial out of this. Now the foul attempt on the Werewolf. 2 assists are going to make this a 6+ to break armor. Wow! What a removal here in turn 8. Another failed regen. And now just the one ghoul runner remains for the Discomancers. Rush foul here by the hooligan. Final turn of the half here. The Discomancers on the blitz trying to make something happen. I think that's going to be the turn. They're going to pass for some SPP. I don't think they can make anything else happen here. Unless they really want to go for the foul. That'll be it. 1-0. The Goner Gitz are in the lead. The Discomancers will be on offense to start the second half. Oh no. Oh no. They don't have a whole lot of players remaining. Just the Ghoul Runner is the only real ball carrier left for the team. And now the Gunner gets set up once more. Bomber dribble slot takes to the pitch once again. Moop says this is looking bleak. It is. It is looking bleak. It's going to be a three-man? No, it can't be that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it is. Wow. 3-man player advantage for the Goblin team. It'd be 11v8 on the pitch. Bomber dribbles out the safety. You want to keep Bombers safe. If you move them up in that middle linebacker position, you don't have the line to protect them. The opposing team will, the offense will absolutely go for that blitz and try to get Bomber off the pitch, or at least mark him. By leaving him back there like that, he is further away from the line of scrimmage, but he is accurate here. So on a quick or a short pass, he gets a +1. So not a bad option to position him here, right? There's that quick pass. There's that short pass range. Orthogonally, diagonally to be here. So still very much in it, and allowing him to remain unmarked and able to pass for everything he's worth. I don't know why Gonna Get a Grip is on the sideline. I guess maybe he wants to keep him. Oh, a timeout. That's going to favor the Gonna Gets, I think. Maybe he wants to keep him available for OT or something. I'm not sure. Ball kicked to the 4-yard line. Electric Span says, I wonder if Bomber brought his emotional support bumps. Oh, Counselor says he forgot the Looney. Okay, so the Looney is not on the sideline for any particular reason. 2-9 blitz over in the left wide zone. This will be a knockdown. I'm sorry, this will be a dodge push. Goblin's a tough team to coach, but Cobblestorm showing just how well you can do with a Goblin team here in the Invitational. Cobblesurf says it's an emotional support chainsaw. It's a cheer saw. Oh, Gamer Mike says, I told you regen is fake. Discomancers blocking down the line. They still have that troll over on the right side. It's a 2-die block currently with the flesh golem, but they're going to try to pick up the ball here. Works out. Sure Hands allows you to freely re-roll that pickup attempt. 50-50 went to a 3/4 chance. Move the ball back a couple of spaces to their own 8-yard line as the Discomancers dip into the bonus clock for not the first time in this game, but they still have plenty of time on that clock. Foul on the troll on the right side. Got the removal here. Well done. Oppo's going to be spent. That's going to turn that KO into a stun. Still a 3-man player advantage for the Gunner Gitz. Turn 10 now for the Goblins. Goblins did exactly what they needed to do. They maximized their damage in the first half of this game, and they still have plenty of players on the roster. Goblins are very inexpensive. You see these late in the season in league play, Goblin teams will tend to have their roster filled out. Both standing result here on the left, on the blitz in the left wide zone. And so they'll have a bench. They'll have a bunch of players on the bench, 5 players, 4 or 5 players on the bench. They'll go to town trying to murder everyone they can with the shenanigans that they have. They'll fill in who they lost with their bench. If you can't keep their shenanigans under control, if you let these secret weapons run amok, boy, it hurt you. A stun and a KO by Bomber Dribblesnot, showing why he's a star player. And now a massive gap in the line for the Gunner Gitz to try to blitz down the ball carrier. There's a mark. There's 2. 2-die blitz with the block skill. LaFreak is a blodger with sidestep, so if it is not a POW, LaFreak will not be knocked down. No blitz! Just taking the mark. No blitz. Didn't want to risk the failure there and then find themselves behind the ball carrier. Again. Oh, did he already blitz? I could have sworn he had his blitz available. Fair enough. This ball carrier has really nowhere to go. He has to hold on to this ball, and he's got to move it downfield. He can't hand it off to anyone. I mean, he can, but if he hands it off to a lineman, they're only an MA of 4. If he hands it off to a flesh golem, they're an Ag of 4 at an MA of 4, right? Can't hand off to the Wraiths because they have no hands to hand off to. Three plus dodge fails. Oh boy, spent a reroll. Discomancers down to 3 rerolls for the game. They're going to move this ball across the line of scrimmage over to the right wide zone. They're now on the opposing 2-yard line. I think when they get a chance to score, they will. They'll try to get Bomber Dribbles not off the pitch. They'll still have to contend with the chainsaw, but they might also get back their KO. Turn 11 for the Goner Gitz. So the Goner Gitz do have a short pass to Electric Slide with the Bombardier. Making friends. It's just, you know what? He just likes laying out in the rain. I remember, man, as a kid, I used to have so much fun in like the pouring rain. I want to be able to do that again. Yeah, there's that pass. Wow, what a great pass that was. Got a stun on Electric Slide and knocked the ball out of the hands of the Freak as well. Bomber Dribble Snot. Very well done. But the Wraith might catch it. Trying to rush onto the ball. Look, man. Look. 9-0-0. That's all I'm going to say. 9-0-0. Turn 12 now for the Discomancers. That's right. Andy Gibbs stands up. Spire graciously providing the lowered rush failure rate from a 900% to a paltry 99%. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz against Gonna Get Wealthy will be a push. Desperately trying to form a scrum at this point to try to reclaim this ball. Clears the ball. It'll be 3 MA to stand up by LaFreak. LaFreak lucky to be on this pitch with the 2 injuries. 50-50 pickup does not work out. It works out with the sure hands re-roll. And there's that forward movement. Had to spend 3 MA to stand up. That's why he couldn't move too far. And now LaFreak on the opposing 8-yard line. Bomber Dribble Snot once again with a short pass available to the ball carrier. Spends the reroll on the failed dodge, and that is a KO'd Wraith. That's the mighty blow Wraith, the killer. If there is a killer on this roster, it was that player. And now removed. Turn 12 for the Goner Gitz. Final turn of the 3rd quarter. Not looking good for the Necro team. There's that bomb pass. But LaFreak able to remain on his feet. Good palm pass. Good bomb pass by Cobblestorm here. Throwing the ball right here. The bomb will explode in a 3x3 area, avoiding the interception attempt by the opponent. 2-die blitz here against LaFreak's going to be a both standing result, so LaFreak got to remain on his feet. However, the Discomancers still need to get in this end zone. Another foul attempt. Oh, no. Oh, stays on the pitch. Tried to foul the one remaining Wraith. Didn't get anything out of it. Turn 13 for the Discomancers. It's the final quarter of this game unless the Discomancers can get on the board. Whichever team loses tonight, that will be the end of their season. A great season it has been. Again, both these teams in 9th place this season in terms of league points. Had a great showing this season. 2 excellent coaches. We've seen Ian in Discord playing tabletop with some excellently painted teams. No stranger to the game of Blood Bowl. No stranger to any of these teams either. Going for the 2-die uphill. Wait, what? Oh, I guess he wanted the... I guess he wanted the follow-up there? He had the block skill. But I guess he wanted to, like, follow up? Two-die against Barry Gibb will be a push. Pushes on the ball to try to pop this ball out. Did not do that. That ball's going to be right in this scrum. It's going to bounce one space back to the Goblins' 6-yard line. Oh, man, another removal here. The Goblins just with no remorse. Who's left for this Necro team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 players left? One of which can reasonably pick up this ball and score? 5 assists, though. 4 assists. As number 15 was marked by Electric Slide. But even with that, they couldn't break... Oh, no, they broke armor. They got a stun. I was like, good Lord. 4+. Looking grim for this Necro team. LaFreak stunned for a turn. So we'll not get a turn 14, and on turn 15, we'll lose 3 MA on the stand-up. While this ball creeps closer and closer away. Closer and closer away. Further and further away. Iron Cynic says Ian's gotten gobbled. Electric Man says 5. That's almost half a team. I will politely remind everyone that I think I was down to 3 players against a halfling team. Against Nick Satan, the current league champion. Electric misses. Oh, I remember. 2-9 blocking. It's going to get Newt gets a push. Not sure how the Discomancers plan to recover from this. It's going to be tough. But they may as well try to pull out all the stops. Because if they don't win, this will be the end of their season. They were vicious. Turn 14 for the gunner Gitz. Well, they'll try to knock down the flesh column, and then they'll go for a ball pickup here. First block on Electric Slide will be a push. Electric Slide gets the sidestep. Needs to stay in the drive. Like, needs to make something happen. So, yeah, he'll sidestep to the left and continue to mark these goblins. Surprised he didn't sidestep to the right. Sure, it's more blocks that have to be taken, but what do you do at this point? trying to get LaFreak out of this game, but needed a 5+ there, roll a 4, and so LaFreak will actually be able to stand up on turn 15. Making friends fails the really stupid roll again. That guy is kind of dumb. Eats his greens, fails a really stupid roll on the left side. That one was a 4+, however, instead of the 2+. 2-9 block against Electric Slide. We'll get the knockdown here. Looking for a 9+. Oh no. Got the armor break. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 4 players left on the pitch for the Necro team. They're all well behind the ball. A bomber dribble shot. Chucking a bomb at LaFreak, but LaFreak unfazed. Turn 15 for the Discomancers. They have to end this turn in scoring position. I don't see how it happens. I guess he could have been in scoring position with Disco Stud. Remember, Stan Alive the Third is currently unmarked because Making Friends has lost his tackle zones. $70 left in turn 15 for the Discomancers. I don't see how they come out on top here. They can still do it if they get somebody downfield. Spends another reroll here. This is the final reroll. Fails. Look, man. 900%. Turn 15 for the Gunner Gitz. That will be it for the Discomancers. They will not be able to score. The Gunner Gitz are going to win this one at least 1-0, and they'll advance to take on the Chaos Renegades of the Fishy Fiends. Very well played here. Boy, they did exactly what they needed to do. Cobblestorm just really honed in on that strategy, and it paid off in spades here in this competition. And we'll still have a secret weapon to spare, as the Loonies is still eligible to play. Failed the ball pickup on turn 15. They did move somebody in the scoring position, however, so they'll try it again on turn 16. The Discomancers can't use LaFreak. Electric Span says, I think Staying Alive didn't live up to his name choice. Staying Alive, though. Looking for an 8+. Something. Give me something, Nuffle. Nope. Nuffle says not today. Tell me that's not a smiley face. That's a smiley face. You'll never unsee that. Hey, they got something. Unfortunately, it's a bomber dribble snot, but that's something. 2 SPP for Disco Stud before his career's over. Final turn of this ball game. Gitz are gonna win it. Will it be 1-0 or will it be 2-0? Pop the ball away from the flesh column. 4+ pickup works out. Now a 4+ handoff. There it is. Well done. It will be 2-0. The Goner gets advanced to round 2. Very well done by Cobblestorm. Great game played by both these coaches, but Ian just couldn't get anything started with the murders. The murders just happening right out of the gate. And then once you lose those 2 ghoul runners, you lose that, or you lose a ghoul runner, you lose a werewolf. And man, it just becomes real tough to score. Again, congratulations to Cobblestorm. Props to Ian for sticking it out and trying to find some way to make this happen. Again, 2 excellent coaches. And had a few die rolls gone a different way. It could have very well been the case that we were in overtime now. But the Gitz are going to face off against the Chaos Renegades of the Fishy Fiends. So my congratulations again to Cobblestorm. Goblins stay alive. My thanks to Ian for participating this season. Again, a fantastic coach. Hope to see him back for season 6. And had a great showing with the Discomancers here. So that'll do it for the evening. And no more games scheduled for round 1. However, we do have a game tomorrow night. Let me check the schedule. Tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's UTC -5, we're going to have our first round 2 matchup. So look at the bracket yet again. So that's going to be between the Tizork Savage Boys and Philosopher's Song. That's Tizzle Bizzle versus Spire, and that will be Orcs versus Lizards. What a punchy match that'll be. That'll be tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, that's UTC -5. And after that, our 2 coaches for this other round 2 matchup, Ajax and Cobblestorm, will begin scheduling their round 2 match. And when that game gets scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. And if you want to hang out in our Discord channel, I'll put a link there as well. There it is. You can come hang out. You can talk shop. We've got dedicated channels for standings and the schedule. And the schedule channel shows all the scheduled games in your local time zone, so you don't have to do any weird math to figure out when the next game will be. There is one thing, sadly, well, not sadly, but there's one thing you got to do. That's play this game, play Blood Bowl. It is awesome. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and a tabletop forum at your friendly local game store until tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Congratulations to Cobblestorm once again, and we'll see you back here for round 2 tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, folks. Oh, and I will pay out the winners. I promise.